a la mode and Riddle's messy wardrobe for a quick Comic-Con interview. So, Riddle, Lizzie, how are you spending the time? How are you liking it here in Comic-Con Puerto Rico?
Oh, we love Puerto Rico. It's been beautiful. We went snorkeling and we've been eating lots of things.
How about the food?
Oh, we love the food.
It's been amazing. We have to try mofongo.
Yeah, we want to try mofongo.
You gotta try. It's really good. And how was that drink, the anise one?
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't like black licorice. I'm so sorry.
We tried it.
They were like, it's traditional Puerto Rican drink, and I'm like, must not disrespect culture. And I like drinking them all like.
We drank it, but we didn't like it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool.
Sorry.
It's cool. I don't like it either.
Yeah,
so
okay,
it's cool.
good.
Anything black licorice, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like sweet stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Well, for the first question for both of you, how do you girls get started on the cosplay world? How do you get in?
Well, I just found cosplay by accident. I was making a Halloween costume, and I just kind of found it on the internet, and I was like, and I love making costumes, so it wasn't like I was trying to be famous or I was trying to do something. I wanted to just make costumes because I love to make costumes, and then I've been doing it for so many years, it just kind of happened the way it's happened now.
It's sort of the same for me. Like, I was doing Halloween with a friend of mine, and I was getting really into anime, and I was like, well, I want to dress up like these anime girls because they're so cute, and I want to be cute like that. And so I did the costume, and then it just kind of took off from there. I didn't even know what cosplay was, and I went to my first convention like a year and a half later, and then I was like, holy crap, other people do this too. This is awesome, and it's like a cool way to like show your love of the character.
Yeah,
like, that's
the ultimate fan service. You know, you like get to be that character.
Yeah, you know, you can wear T-shirts and you can. I mean, I love art. I used to draw anime.
Yeah, me too.
But I was like, this is like the ultimate thing to be the character.
Yeah.
Okay, you started then doing Halloween costume, but what got you like really motivated? Like, I'm gonna keep doing this like over and over again until like today.
It's just was an obsession.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like I love making them so much. I want to make another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. It's not that I do it because I feel like I have to. I just can't stop.
Me too.
I can't stop.
I mean, and what's really cool is like people will see you in costume and come up and talk to you about it. So it's kind of like a fun way to like geek out with people. So that's the way, like, you know, because most geeky people are kind of like shy and introvert, but if you talk to them about something they're passionate about, they'll really open up. So I was really shy, and people would come up and let's say like Evil Mary Marble, they're like, you love Evil Mary Marble? And then we would talk about it, and it would be like we would just totally open up to one another about like how awesome Evil Mary Marble was, and then we both find out we both love Doctor Who, and then it would just take off.
It takes off.
Yeah, it takes off.
And okay, what has been your favorite costume and not so favorite costume
of ours?
All the cosplays that you've done.
Oh gosh, that's hard because I have different loves for different things for different reasons. You know, like I love my Miranda costume because it's really comfortable, but I love the character, and I love I love Mass Effect so much and things like that. But then there's other costumes that I have that I love for other reasons, but then there's costumes that I hate because they're uncomfortable, but I like the way they look. So like, I mean, it's too hard to say.
Yeah. Okay, but your Miranda costume is one of the top ones.
Yeah, Miranda's definitely on my top, 3 or 4, favorite costumes.
It's probably like the same for me. It's like I like things for different reasons. So like I love Snow White because it's like the shoes are really comfortable, but the kids get a really big kick out of it. And then, but I also love the Rocketeer. Like that's one of my favorite costumes.
That it was to take on Betty Page, right?
Yeah. It's basically like in the comic, Cliff Secord, who's the Rocketeer, dates Betty Page, and the story, it's a short story, is Cliff gets like caught, and Betty puts on his jacket and in the rocket pack and takes off in his clothing.
Oh,
but she was doing like a pin-up shoot or burlesque shoot at the time, so that's why she's in her underwear, because she's sort of like, I gotta go. But,
I'm just gonna save him.
Yeah, I don't have any pants on. I can do this.
Well, she has a point there. Everybody will be distracted.
That's right. No one will shoot at her because they're looking.
And Riddle, like you were in Heroes of Cosplay.
Yes,
how was and how is, because there's a new season now coming out.
Yeah, it comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah, how has been the experience on it?
It's a really interesting experience because it's basically people just filming me doing what I normally do, except you're very aware, like when you make a mistake, that they're like, uh-oh, they got that mistake on camera. People are gonna think I don't know what I'm doing. And I love reality shows, so I actually really enjoy like all the behind the scenes stuff, like seeing how reality shows are filmed. That's like personally what I really enjoyed. But some of the funniest stuff is like when the sound guys would come and they try to mic pack. You have a mic pack, and then they have to run a wire to when you're in costume. So they'd come and like look at this costume, and they're like, I don't know where I'm gonna put my bag. Like, like they'd be like, because you would see it like bulge out. They're like, they can't have that. They can't make it even look like you have a bike pack. So the sound guys would be like, I don't know what we're gonna do. So they try to like figure it out. Like you build a relationship with the crew because a lot of them were geeks and they were enjoying coming to the conventions and seeing all the costumes as well while they were filming. And even at points, like the camera guys and the sound guys were dressing up.
Oh,
like you
really?
didn't see them, but you would never see them, but we could see like there was a guy dressed as like Han Solo, and he was like a camera guy, and then there was like a guy he did Avatar, like the blue, and he got up early, he painted himself, he wore a wig, and then he was. It was funny because we were driving somewhere, and he was in the car, and he just looked like really like sad and tired, and he's like, I have so much respect for what you guys do now because this is exhausting. So it was like really kind of they like really supported us and cheered us on.
For both of you girls, what is part of your survival con kit?
Well, we forgot a lot of it this time. But scissors, hot glue gun,
double-sided tape,
chopstick, like the double-sided tape, like needle and thread, just like
insoles,
safety pins.
Yes,
safety
insoles. I have them on today.
And like we always bring makeup with us because like during the middle of the day you get kind of sweaty,
whatever. So I mean that's
basically anything to kind of get yourself back into costume.
Yeah.
If something breaks.
Yeah.
Okay, and what are the best and the worst part of the cosplay community and how our cons are? Is there any that you can mention, obviously?
You're like looking at me. You want to say this one? I think the best things about cosplay are the community, like people that come together all with the same likes, and want to have, meet each other that are same common ground. But the only thing I don't like about the cosplay community now, the way it's become, is because a lot of people, they because of the TV show and things like that, they're like, how do I become famous? It's not how do I make an awesome costume. They say, how do I become famous? And I'm like, no, that's backwards. You should say, how do I make awesome costumes? And then say, hopefully I can become famous from doing this. But it's backwards.
I mean, there's easier ways to become famous. Like you can make a porn tape.
Yeah, go make porn or something. Do something else, but really, cosplay is not the way to go.
The way we started is we cosplay because we love the characters, and people recognize how much we loved it and our craftsmanship. And it kind of just took off from there. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I can say is don't cosplay to be famous. Cosplay because you love the character. Yeah. And if you want to be famous, go do something else because it's really like it's a labor of love.
There's no money and fame in
it's
cosplay.
Really cosplay is a labor of love.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to spend a lot of money and a lot of time and not get a lot back.
Tears.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah. Just like have pride in what you create and take your time. But yeah, I have to say, like, I've met everyone who's important in my life I've met because of cosplay. Some of the most amazing opportunities I've gotten in my life are because of cosplay. Yeah. And so I can't even imagine my life without it. Take away the TV show. Like this all happened even before. Like I met Lindze because of cosplay.
Yeah, almost all my friends I've met through cosplay.
So it really is there are some amazing people in the community that I'm really fortunate to know because of cosplay. So I have to say, it's those amazing people that make it worth it too. And like the fans, like I love that people come up and they're like, they want to cosplay. That's the most exciting thing.
Okay, is working on cosplays different from working movies because you have worked on the teams? Yeah. Is there any different of making a cosplay and making it for a movie?
Oh yeah, huge difference. A lot of times budget is a big difference, and there's a difference between being camera ready and not being camera ready. And I mean, I try to approach my costumes as if they were going to be on a movie, so they're similar in that sense, except I'm footing the bill and not like a studio.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I still have to find creative ways to save money, and the biggest thing too is on a movie they make multiples of costumes. Let's say when I was part of the team that worked on the Beast for X-Men, he had 5 suits, and he had different legs, I think 8 pairs of legs and 8 pairs of arms, for different scenes. Mm-hmm. But when you're costuming, you kind of only make one.
Yeah. And you're just, if something goes wrong, you're screwed.
Yeah, so you only make one. Yeah. So, and multiple people, and basically the studio hires people like, oh, you're really amazing at shoes, you go make shoes. Oh, you're really amazing at wigs, go do wigs.
Yeah.
And in the costume community, some people just like to do it all themselves, but then there are people that, you know, outsource, and they're like, this person does amazing costumes, this person does amazing wigs, and I have a vision, and these people will help my vision.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that too. That's very much the way movies do it.
What advice would you give to cosplayers that are beginning in this and people that are already cosplaying but they want to get more serious, more difficult cosplays?
I always try to like go into every costume with a goal of something new to learn. So like every costume, hopefully I know how to do most of it, but there's one aspect of it that's something totally new I've never done before. So I'm learning something new every costume. So that way like I'm constantly growing and getting better, you know, like as a costumer. So
We call it leveling up.
leveling up, yeah. And then like there's classes you can take, watch YouTube tutorials, you know, YouTube tutorials are awesome.
Yes.
And like, you know, I love cosplaying with friends because like, you know, like we'll have like crafting days together, and then like I'll be like, man, I don't know how to do this, and she'll be like, oh, you should do it like this, and I'm like, oh, I just learned something new, you know, and vice versa, you know. So that's why I think the best thing to do is work as a group. You know, don't be afraid to get help outside of you know, like YouTube or whatever, and just always try to like learn something new. That's what I would recommend.
Yeah, and I always say like, just give yourself enough time, have patience. Like a lot of people see the costumes and they think it just happens, but there's a lot of research, R&D, trial and error. You know, like especially when it comes to props. You know, like I've messed up a mold and had to throw out, you know, $100 mold and just try it again. So don't be frustrated. It's good to challenge yourself, but don't be so frustrated that you stop. Like don't get discouraged.
Yeah, don't get discouraged.
But,
just keep on.
but realize cosplay is difficult. Like you are always challenging yourself. And also the most important thing for me is be proud of what you wear. Either you've put it together or you've made it yourself or your friends have helped you make it. It's like when you're out there on the floor,
own it.
Yeah, like totally own it. It reads in your face when you're proud of your costume. Like to me, I would say cosplay is rewarding. There's ups. Hot glue burns are not a positive thing. But, and there's downs and there's ups, and the ups completely outweigh the downs. And if it doesn't, then maybe you should reevaluate how you're doing it or what you're doing, or maybe it's not even for you. And there's nothing wrong with that, but give it a shot.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, thank you very much, girls.
Thank you.
Guys, be sure to go to their pages, Riddler Mrs. Wardrobe. You can find her on Facebook and Lizzie Alamo too. We're going to put those links under in the comment section.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, girls. Have a nice day.
So
Enjoy Puerto Rico.
Thank you. You better cosplay.